Hello guys, how's it going? Can you have a game of buddy?
Luisa.
Luisa! So, we already started a new series. This series is about love, right?
Yes.
Chapter 1 was about
The categories.
categories, and today is chapter 2, which is about.
The science of love.
Got it. So it's like a scientific point of view. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, Lu, so tell us, what do you have for us?
Okay, the first is a question
Okay.
that all people wonder about this.
Okay.
The question is, what is love?
What is love? There is a song. What is
Yes.
love? I don't remember who's the singer. You remember the singer? I don't remember the singer. Okay, so I just remember the song. Okay, so yeah, many people have wondered, what is love? And it's a difficult question to answer, but what we have since the point of view of the scientific, what
Yes.
do we have?
Okay, the science says that the love is a feeling, but all people think that this feeling are produced in the heart,
Okay.
but the science says this feeling is produced in the brain.
Wow, that's something good to understand. But yeah, many people are like, oh no, love is, like something emotional, soul, and that connection that is in the air. But from science, they say that it comes from the brain.
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. This feeling is produced for a lot of hormones,
Okay.
but the most important are two.
Okay.
The first are oxytocin, and the other is serotonin.
Serotonin. Okay, so oxytocin and serotonin.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So those are the main two hormones.
Yes.
Okay.
These are called the love hormones.
The love hormones. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. And these are together with the nervous system and all of them
Okay.
produce other hormone
Okay.
that is the dopamine.
Okay. So, excuse me, first was oxytocin and
Serotonin.
serotonin. They both produce a new hormone which is called dopamine.
Yes.
Okay, I was about dopamine. Okay.
Yes. And this hormone is very important in the body
Okay.
because this give different feelings
Okay.
about in your brain
Okay.
or in your body.
Yeah.
Because have different materials that may feeling different things.
Okay.
For example, when you see
Yeah.
the other person that you admire or
Admire.
you love,
You love or you care about.
Yes.
Okay.
this hormone produce different feelings. For instance, the
When you sweat.
sweat
Okay.
in your hands
Yeah.
or your voice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Change sometimes like this.
Yes.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
or you are very nervous.
Yeah, well, yeah, like that's quite often, it happens like, So like, the dopamine, is it dopamine, right?
Yes.
The dopamine makes you act sometimes stupid or silly, like, but it happens, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This hormone
Yeah.
is one hormone
Okay.
from the others.
Yeah, because there are many.
Yes.
Okay.
Other hormone is adrenaline.
Wow, that's, well, okay, go on.
Yes. This is very important in this process because this hormone make that you feel love.
The adrenaline.
Yes.
So like so far I've seen like when you're in risk of your life. So you have adrenaline in all your body. Like for example, in an accident, you know, your body, you know, produces adrenaline. So I guess you don't feel that moment or that impact that much, which is good, you know, because I don't know. You imagine, for example, I don't know if I told you, like last year I had an accident on my back and I got fractured. So in the moment, I didn't feel anything because maybe you know the adrenaline, like, so like I think I'm okay. And then like 5 minutes later, when I try to wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh! Yeah. So the adrenaline in the moment makes you like doesn't make you feel pain, but makes you feel good. You know, which is in this case is makes you feel better. You know, okay, when you see the other person. Okay.
Okay, and for this reason, the hormones, the love is called how the drug.
It's called okay. So people like yeah, people call it like a drug. I mean, the people think it's like a drug.
Yes. And
Well, actually, it is because I mean, if you go to a hospital, you know, like some you know, like doctors or nurses, they give to some patients like adrenaline to feel less the pain and stuff like that. So it is a drug that is produced inside of our body. Right?
yes. Okay. For the science, it's very important because in some studies,
Okay.
they how do you say descubrir?
They find out.
They find out some reasons because the love happens happens for in the for similar
Yeah.
a drug.
Yes, yeah, of course, it's similar like a drug, like I was saying, you know, like they use it in hospital and the body produces to, for those specific moments.
Yes, and in the study, in one study, they are with a lot of people study the brain,
Right.
and when these people see the love
Okay.
person,
Okay, so
they produce a lot of adrenaline, and
Okay.
this made different
effects in the body,
effects in the body.
all different feelings or
Yes.
emotions or well, okay.
Yes, and in some case, the science says that the love is bad because when you produce a lot of adrenaline, you can
Well,
you can have the problems with
you helped?
or
Really?
your heart.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, you know, like actually, I don't know. Now that you mention it, well, I haven't listened to one person because I haven't listened comments about the love doesn't kill you, but maybe yes. Because if you're maybe in love and you see the person, then you kind of like beating a lot, and then you puff, and then you have a heart attack, and then you die. So. You know, I think that I'm listening some things about that, but like it's not often, but it might happen because you know a lot of adrenaline can produce harm in your body. Okay.
Yes, this is bad because the adrenaline not only used in the process love.
Okay.
The adrenaline is present in all in your life.
Okay.
For instance, when you practice extreme games,
Okay.
you
Oh, yeah.
produce a lot of
Adrenaline. Yeah.
adrenaline.
I never told you a lot. Last I went to do bungee jumping. I went to parachuting, and yeah, of course, like when you jump, like so because your brain is like this. Andrew is crazy. He's gonna die. So like producing adrenaline, and you know, in that moment, I don't know. You feel like I don't know, like an energy, which is adrenaline, and I remember that stuff, and then of course I think like in those moments, as I told you, like for example in an accident, the body produces stuff because something I think is that the brain is a powerful machine. I mean, it's perfect, like it knows what is a risk and when it's needed, and but I think for example it doesn't make difference maybe between to see like a person you love and to feel like emotion and stuff like that, which actually is, I don't know, in my opinion, I think it's the body telling yourself like, Andrew, it is a risk, watch out, It's like, Andrew, don't jump because it's a risk, It's like, hey, that person is a risk, so watch out, like kind of that, because I think like maybe the brain doesn't distinguish between, what is like a real risk, just protects you. So I think it's quite a good job that the brain does. But anyway, so it's funny when the brain sees like love as a threat to your body, like risk. That it happens.
Yes. Okay. And the other thing is for the science, the brain is very important.
Yeah.
Because these give different
Ways,
ways or
solutions, or what do you mean?
no, the brain gives
Brain gives.
different things or
What do you mean? Different what?
how do you say impulses?
You can see pulses, yeah.
Different poles.
Yeah.
And for this reason, it's very important the hormones or all that produced in this for the pulses are give in all body, and if you have a lot of hormones for your hair is bad.
Yeah. So I understand. So I understand this. So when you say like, Andrew, when you're in love, you produce hormones, and sometimes you produce a lot. So when it's a lot, of course, it might be a problem for your health.
Yes, and some cases, some people have problems with their health because in a moment in their lives they produce a lot of hormones, and this is very bad.
Yeah, for them. So do you have do you know about a case like what happened? He died or he suffered something? No, you don't know about a case?
No, but some cases produce tachycardia.
Okay. Yeah, like heart problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is very
Yeah, exactly. That. Yeah, it can kill you. If you don't treat it, right? So yeah. I haven't listened about that stuff. That's why many people say, you never like. I've never listened to people saying like someone died because of love, but it can affect you. It can make you harm. Like if you produce a lot of these hormones. So okay, that's
And other thing is the technology.
Alright.
For the science is bad because nowadays the technology is very important and in the love is present. But when you, for instance, when you chat with the love person,
Would you? Yeah.
yes, the
Brain.
The
eyes.
the eyes
Okay.
can have any problems because you're
in front of the screen.
Yes,
Those
the
waves. Yeah, the lights. Yeah.
and this is very bad.
Yeah, exactly. Because that light, so far I know, is bad for your eyes. Like it hurts them. You know, like it's really bad. Not only the smartphone screens, but the
No.
TV screens and
The time.
yeah, and the time you spend on them. You know,
Yes.
because one thing is like okay, you check it, but you know there's some people like there and there, and some people like this. Yeah, it's quite bad for them. You know.
Yes.
So yeah, that's true, you know. I know that yeah, as you were saying, talking about technology, people is like, for example, talking about love, couples. So they want to find a couple on the internet. So they go to a lot of web pages, like I don't know, you know, there are different. I don't know. I remember in the movie they were talking about Match.com, things like that. So I'm pretty sure there are a lot of web pages where they can find a couple. In, I don't know, some part of the world. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Got it. So, and that's it then about this chapter, which is the point of view, you know, of science. And yeah, it's quite interesting. You know, so today we talk a little bit of the point of view of the science, and like you talk about a little bit of the hormones too, which is you know it's really interesting to know that stuff.
Yeah.
And it would be cool maybe. What do you have for the next chapter? Do you have an idea for the next chapter?
Yes.
What are you going to talk about?
In the next chapter, I'm gonna talk about the hormones. The
Oh,
most important hormones.
Got it. So today we just mentioned some and a little bit of them. So for the next chapter we're gonna be talking about something like more specific about them.
Yes.
Okay, which is interesting, you know, because today we're talking about adrenaline, the dopamine, and oxytocin. Yeah.
Serotonin.
Exactly, and you know, like it's interesting because yeah, as you were mentioning, you know, some people they think, and actually it is, they are drug, you know, and that the body could use when we're in love. So it's quite fun to know that stuff, and really interesting. So I'm looking forward for the next video too, the next chapter. So that's it, right?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Hope you like the video, and I'll see you in the next chapter. Bye bye. Take care. Good.